G'day everybody, here we are at the Army Museum. Artillery piece of some kind here. Horse-drawn wagon. General service wagon it says. Another small artillery piece. Two-pounder quick-firing anti-tank gun, 40mm caliber. Army quad bike, Land Rover, personnel carrier, and an all-canvas by the looks kayak. Land Rover recoilless rifle carrier. 106mm recoilless rifle, high explosive anti-tank. Land Rover contains asbestos. And Dodge weapons carrier, 3/4 ton 4x4. Some interesting information there. Sorry about the lighting here. It's a Chevrolet C15 ambulance. Don't know what that Dodge is for, but it's probably something similar. 95 horsepower, looks like an open personnel carrier. And 1943 carrier MG LP2A, Korean War. Not sure what model this is just yet, but it looks modern. Oh good, I'm happy to see someone's been greasing her up. There's an idler sprocket, drop spindle by the looks, rubber road wheels, or steel and rubber road wheels, drive sprocket. So it looks like torsion bar suspension, very much looks like torsion bar. Aphrodite she's called. Don't know what it is. The shape isn't familiar to me. Couple of machine guns in the turret, looks like probably a 20mm and a 7.62, something like that. Spare track. Not very often you actually get to touch a machine like this. They say do not climb on exhibits. They say do not touch the exhibit. So do not climb. The viewports in the turret there, hatch on top. Rubber tracks, or rubber pads on the tracks. Oh my, he's a big boy, the Centurion. Oh yeah, that's a tank. That's a real man's tank. So, is that a drive or an idle? Looks like an idle. Yep, that's an idle. This Centurion's a rear-wheel drive. 83.4mm gun. Top speed 35 km/h road. Weight 51 tons, range 100 km road, ouch. V12 petrol engine built by Rover, 650 brake horse, 2550 RPM. Yep, drive sprocket rear. Once again, it seems to be typical of British machines to have rubber. To have a rubber and steel road wheel, rubber and steel return rollers, and this one's got complete steel tracks. So driving this around on the bitumen would absolutely destroy it. Yeah, somebody's been driving this as a ladder to get in. Tow ropes. That's the left-hand drive sprocket. They've got rubber on the back. I wonder if that's to help reflect incoming shells. Oh, muffler. Turret. Smoke launcher. Coaxial gun. Main armament. Driver's periscopes. They're not looking very happy. More periscopes up the top. Smoke launcher. Toolbox on the side, I'd say. Commander's coupler up the top. Interesting. It's massive. Completely different suspension setup to the other one. I don't know how that works, to be honest. I can't see properly. Oh, there must be a spring and shock system inside that big cast housing. Or it's hydraulic. Maybe it's hydraulic because of that little, what looks like a fill point there. Not all of them have it. Front and rear bogies have it, but not the centre bogie. Wow. Casting marks. Wow. Something interesting. It's a little concrete and probably reinforced steel ramp, like a pit. You can drive the vehicles up underneath and do your oil changes or whatever, I suppose. Just like a giant set of car ramps for your house, except for, well, not for that, that's too big. More likely for one of the little shits off in the background. And here we have a Bofors 40mm anti-aircraft gun. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, you can almost, is that a recoil spring? You can see through the hole there, possibly. I'm not sure. Not sure at all. Continental 9-cylinder radial engine, static radial, 973 cubic inches. Is 15.94 litres, and the bore is 5 inches by 5.5 inch stroke. 125 by 139 millimeters. Interesting. Fan, flywheel, clutch assembly, I'd say. Contains asbestos. Do. Oh yeah, that's not budging an inch. Continental 7-cylinder radial, 10.94 litres, 250 horsepower. Stuart Tank M3 and the landing vehicle tracked for LVT4. So it's the same fella, just a bit smaller. Bureau of Ships, Navy engine. Compression ratio 6. Oh dear. 6 to 1, eh? Oh, this one still turns. Don't tell anybody. That one might still start. Still turns. Look at the old generator. Yeah, I reckon somebody's had this running more recently than they'd like to admit. Exhaust. Yeah, that's been running more recently than people would like to admit. She still turns. It's a good sign. It's a bloody good sign. Oh, there's an output shaft. So yeah, that would be the drive shaft to the front gearbox in the front of the tank. And then this is a pull type clutch. Yeah, it's a pull type clutch. There's your clutch lever there. So there'd be a lever that would come from the pedal to that there, and then when you push on the pedal, that pushes that lever which pulls this entire assembly outwards, which disengages the clutch. And you can see the clutch plate springs just like a truck, built just like a truck. Wow, tank engine. M3 Stewart engine. Scary part is I seem to know a lot more about these than I think I should. Some kind of pressure reading. Definitely not magnetos, that might be temperature. No, oil. Lubrication of some kind. I don't know. Maybe even fuel. Nah, it wouldn't be fuel injected, it would be carbureted. Oh man, that's confusing. I'd say that would be your tacho drive, to be honest. Very much looks like a tacho drive. An auxiliary output shaft down there, probably run hydraulics. 105mm howitzer, M2A2. It's a little stubby cannon. Aiming control, I suppose. Slew the gun, elevation over there, or maybe that one is, I'm not sure. Alex doesn't know much about artillery. Self-locking breech by the looks that somebody's welded up. Stagehand armoured car. Split rims. Ah, an inside view. I'll leave it for inside views. I wonder if that's the petrol tank. That must be a spare tank, I hope. Toolbox. Once again, check out the casting. You can see every mark, every weld, every joint. Oh man, I could spend all week here. Mufflers, exhaust. I wonder if they keep them on stands to stop the wheels deteriorating. Max speed 90 kilometers an hour, range 720 kilometers. Not bad. 2 6-cylinder petrol engines. To get a view of inside that turret. Saracen APC, 4 shock absorbers for the front, or how does that work? Or all 4 shock absorbers for all the wheels are all in the front, maybe? Yeah, I think that's the way it works. I know, you've got 4 in the back. Looks like torsion bar sort of setup. Could be wrong. No, looks like I'm right. Yeah, it's torsion bars, shocks. Yeah, these have an inline 8-cylinder Rolls-Royce engine in them. Remember the old video I did of one of these that was at auction? Went for 12 grand. I should have bloody bought the thing. I really should have bloody bought the thing. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble here. Not climbing on it. Oh, this bloody sun is going to be the death of me. Oh yeah, this one's in good nick. Still got all its seats and its gun maybe. I know how to drive this almost. They have a pre-selected gearbox. You've got to pump up each gear before you start the thing. You select each position and pump the hell out of the clutch pedal to get all the oil up. And then once you're ready to go, you select first and you slowly come off the clutch and apply the accelerator, but it's not a clutch. It just runs the hydraulics to change gears. It's got a torque converter like an automatic. Oh my, 58.5 litres per 100 kilometres. It's more than the Mitzi.